Hello, are you out there? It's Mark with Redo Over, and we are back to Galciv 4 in-depth tutorial. I did it. Okay, so quick. I have some crazy allergies right now. Not a cold, just allergies. So I'm like super stuffed up, and I may be sniffing. I will try not to just like snot on my arm in front of you guys, but it is what it is. I feel okay. Secondly, my kids have all been back from summer vacation from college, and they've been using video conferencing. I have a boom mic right here, and my short little daughter's been doing video calls for college stuff. And I noticed, I rewatched like the final minute of my last video to see where, I like to catch up with like where we left off so we can jump right in. Clearly, we're not jumping in right now, but we will. And I noticed I was clipping out, like words were dropping, and I'm going like, what was I like having like a minor seizure? Was I talking? Was I getting quiet? Tired. I think maybe the mic and the gain got like, because there's gain knobs, got messed up. So let me know, please, if the quality in this video, the audio quality is questionable. I am dropping words, and you're going like, did he just not complete the sentence, or is the audio clipping? Let me know if you would, because to be really honest, I don't sit down and like watch my own video for an hour and a half every time I make one. I don't. I like run it for like 30 seconds to make sure, okay, yeah, average volume. It's not like the video's good. Upload it, go. Yeah, I don't edit these things, as you guys probably figured out. So please let me know. I did adjust the gain. Let's kill the ore. Let's kill them the rest of the way. They deserve extermination. I think you guys know. At best, we'll keep some of the little robots as pets in our zoo. Yeah, alien zoo. Iconia should fall in. How do you tell? Oh, yeah, okay, I just clicked on it. 5 months remaining. Okay. Like, how do I know how much combat's left? 5 months left. Very cool. Is there any important information on here? Not really. I did look into it, by the way, just redditing around, and it's, yes, you cannot launch an invasion that will take more than 10 months. So it does work out to your conquest number needs to be 10% or more of their planetary defense number. Sweet. What I still am not sure on is how this enemy defense sabotage module of -250 yields us 360, and how it didn't make our invasion time go from the 9 it was initially going to take to a lot less. I feel like this invasion, if I took 360 and invited 250, it should have left them at 110, which we should have been able to have completed in 3 months. 42 plus 42 is 84, plus 42 is 126, which is more than 110. It didn't work. So that is broken. Now, I did get a commenter that came in and said, hey, like, what version did you start the game on? And I'm like, I don't know. It was months ago. So maybe that's it. Maybe it's a glitch that's been fixed. Except I play plenty of other games of Galciv 4 on my own time that I'm not doing with you guys. Like, I've played like through probably 6 games in the last few months, starting them in recent months, and I haven't noticed. I noticed other flaws. So I don't know what happened. Let's continue. But yeah, there we go. And then we have another fight going here at my mirror. Yes. And I'll click on and they will be done in 1 month. Awesome. And they built a new shipyard. Crap. Okay, we'll need to destroy that. I don't have any extra ships though. So okay, listen, when the Ptoleman Fleet 1 finishes conquest of Mir, we will jump in. I don't know what an APU MSM2 is. Probably a small ship. I mean, they must have just built that really fast, because I guess I don't remember when the shipyard was made. But we'll send this fleet to destroy that. So let's just, long story short, advance the turn. We're gonna wrap up this fight. Oh yeah, they did launch. They launched a little bomber. Okay, that's loud. Not every planet we find will be empty. We've known that for some time, but today is the first day we've tried to take one from someone else. Today will mark a victory we will surely celebrate for a long time. Awesome. So yeah, here's a plasma beam real quick, which is just an energetic. It's culminated particle beam. There we go. I love the babble talk though. It's just like allows us to accelerate small particles at incredible speeds. The sheer weight of these particles. You mean the mass? I think we call it. E equals WC squared. I'm pretty sure that's the famous equation. That's right. Um, to say nothing of the enormous temperature, which temperature is again just the speed at which molecules are bumping into stuff around them. So it's just like it's the mass and the energy. It's just the mass times the velocity, and it's a culminated beam. But the science talk is a little like did OpenAI write this for you? Because I almost feel like they would have done better. Because it's not the weight and it's not the enormous temperature. It's the mass and the velocity in the culminated nature of many highly energetic and massive particles hitting one focused spot that would let them impart their temperature, meaning just their kinetic energy into, because the air molecules around you are like hitting in, like bumping into you at like 100 meters a second. They're like doink, 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 doink. That's why it's room temperature, right? Otherwise you would be like the surface of the moon. You'd just be like, be like negative 170 degrees centigrade. But all the air molecules are bombarding your skin, making it feel room temperature. Yeah, you put your hand on a desk, right? It's like, oh yeah, that feels that because the ceramics in here, right? All the molecules in the ceramics are vibrating, releasing infrared energy. And the reason it's warm at all is because of my coughing, because of the air molecules hitting it, exciting the ceramic molecules. Temperature is just motion. It's just an average motion. Speed, velocity. All right. And the difference between speed and velocity? Anyone? Right? Because velocity is a speed with a vector, with a direction, which comes into play with the plasma beam because again, it's culminated, meaning they're all going in the same direction. This makes it work. Okay. We get the plasma pod, which is just a sweet new beam weapon that's dealing 5.5 attack. Cool. And a very, very beefy star-based plasma turret, which is a module you can add for a lot of extra attack. Very nice. Choose new tech. We are just going to focus in on... We're going to keep going with our weapon attacks. Interesting thing, this is so bizarre. I've noticed when you've had a game opened, I was doing a short video on asteroid mining. So like, I make little informational shorts for the game. But have you noticed that when you reload a game, some of these gray out? Why? That's a bizarre bug, but bug nonetheless. Stardock, FYI. But yeah, let's just stick with our weapons technology here. Forged beam weapons. This is just better beam weapons plus 10%. Yeah, let's go for this since it is in our special insights technology. And until the war is over, we're going to keep chasing down military applications of technology. Yeah, there you go. We were talking in the comments. I've been looking at some of the little errors, and I really do wonder if there's a way to report them to Stardock, where it's like, hey, my planetary defense module doesn't seem to work right. Why are these labels on these technologies graying out anytime I reload games save file? It's like that. It's the only glitch I've ever noticed on a reload, but it is weird. Okay, long story short, let's send this fleet to get this bomber. Router movement. Okay, well, that's another thing I think I found out is that anytime a fleet takes part in a planetary bombardment, it uses all their movement up. So that's, I think, why our fleet has 0 movement, even though they haven't moved for a couple of months. That's what's going on. But we do have some ship improvements to do. Let's click on the Victory. She's coming in at 37 HP and a boatload of attack power. For real? No. Is the victory? No. What's... Oh, that's so fascinating. So check this out. I've never noticed this before. I believe the attack power across all of our ships is divided up between the Explorer, the Stargazer. So this is an aggregate attack power. This is interesting. But the hit points are not. Why would they do that? That's okay. I'm not going to say it's a bug. They might have deliberately done it, but that is an odd choice. Here's how I think this should work. If I click on a fleet, I would want an aggregate view of my fleet's total hit points, total offense, total defense, average movement, right? That's because that's going to allow you to look at the fleet as a whole. But when I come in and click on my individual ships, I mean, I guess the tile, when I mouse over the tile, that is the Stargazer with 5 attack, 17 HP. Here's the Victory with 8 attack, 33 HP. But when I click on the Victory, it says TAS Victory 1. It doesn't say the fleet, but what's weird is that I'm seeing the Victory's HP, but the entire fleet's total attack and the entire fleet's total defense. I think they should fix that up. Maybe they did it in the Warlords DLC pack. Maybe. Let me know, you guys. Because this doesn't make any sense, to be quite honest. HP is treated differently. Yeah. When you click on a ship, you should get the ship. Long story short, what do we want here, though? I think we should get some more attack power. I'm going to go with that antimatter warhead there. I've got plenty of AMAT. We'll upgrade that. And then we'll jump over to the Stargazer. Stargazer is a little dinky with just the 17 HP. Let's give them the extended reinforced hull. Now, it does cost 3 Durantium. That's a big buy there. But it'll give 20% more hit points and 4% base hit points. Yeah. And she'll go from 17 to 28. So, yeah, that's pretty good gains. Just makes her a little less of a paper tiger. She can easily take on little solo bombers or small pirate fleets or space creature fleets by herself without getting destroyed. She doesn't have to run immediately. So I like to get all my flagships and special ships up to double digits HP at least. So that's all they can do for now. We have some command options, control options, sorry. I've only got 35 control. I'm not going to spend that pressure sign. Just don't want to hold on. I always try to keep about 20 control in my pocket. Great idea. What do we got? Shipyard idle. This is Earth. I would say our military fleet's sufficient to win this war. So let's get some supply ships. And I don't think, do we need more constructors? Let's see what we're doing with our star. We have supply ships coming through, production modules, idle shipyard at Kratos, more supply ships, more supply ships. Ooh. So we have 8 production modules here, plus the ones that are going to finish. Will put us at about 11 production modules. That's really good, especially considering we don't have any Durantium. We need Durantium. Okay. We need constructors. Do we have a constructor? Yes, right here. Sorry, I'm pointing. You can't see where I'm pointing. We do have a constructor just finished. Do we have anything to construct it around? I doubt the Solarium's still available, but we'll send her on her merry way. We'll see if we can get it. If not there, then it looks like there may be one more up there. But otherwise, our sector is getting kind of maxed out on development at this point. And then we do have an idle shipyard. Do we need asteroid miners? I don't know. Probably not. Let's just get a supply ship. You can always use supply ships. It's never a bad thing to have. Do the Yor have asteroids? Oh, they do. Those are developed. Those are developed. This one's not, and these aren't. So we could use a couple of asteroid ships potentially, but we'll let that sit. Let's win the war first. We'll advance the turn. Shit. There's another bomber they just produced, or they're pumping out one bomber turn off that. And here is our forged beam weapons. We've discovered new and more precise ways to manufacture focusing crystals in a beam system. enhanced plasma pod. Now that's going to take an Illyrium on top of the regular manufacturing, but it pushes that beam attack from a 5.5 to a 6. This is very incremental. I wonder if you can have the plasma beam and the forged beam next to each other on a ship. We will get into ship development and diplomacy more in another series playthrough. I'm not going to cover every single topic, and to be honest, I don't know that. I've never really messed around with the ship design. But we will get, when we finish this series, this introduction, deep delve tutorial done, the next time we play Gal Civ 4, we'll make a new civilization. We will focus them in on diplomacy, and we will learn all about that, and we will maybe focus in on ship design. Something to do on the next playthrough. Cool. Yeah, beam attack, extra beam attack, sweet new technology. Railguns, sure. I wouldn't mind hyperdrive optimization, but it's not combat related. So yes, we will just delve into railguns because that's what we're doing right now. You can see Mirror starting to put out its influence bubbles, just starting. But yeah, let's take this fleet. Should be more than sufficient to destroy these scummy little bombers. We won't even watch the fight. We'll just do it. And then do we have enough attack left to attack the starbase? We don't. We don't. Why? Why not? Okay, it's no big deal. No big deal. Let's say no casualties. We'll get it on the next one. That's fine. Let's shipyard idle. Should we do the asteroid miners? We know we're going to need one. Let's get 2 of them in the queue because we know we'll want to. We'll hit done and advance the turn. There goes our constructor off this way. I see the Taurian sphere of influence is growing into our space, so we really need to get on influence production, folks. Railgun's completed. Yeah, we all know what a railgun is. Hypervelocity, magnetically accelerated, slug. It's kind of like a gun. It's a gunpowderless gun. They're really cool. It's cool concept. A lot of kinetic energy. So this is a kinetic attack, not a beam attack. And we will figure out more of the difference between... I understand the difference between like missile and beam, but I don't understand the difference in kinetic and beam so much. But we will learn about it someday. Let's just choose a new tech, though. Energy dissipation strategy. That's shield strength. I would say that's a military application. Let's grab that. 2 turns out. We will have it very quickly. Asteroid mine? Yes. I will nudge it this way. They might destroy it. Gosh dang it. Let's see if we can take out this dang shipyard. Here we go. We didn't lose any ships. That's awesome. And then let's take this fleet and attack Diesel. There is a little ship there. What is this? All right. It's like a, what is it? Frigate? Yeah, frigate size. 9 HP. We should win without any losses. We did. And now we invade Diesel? Yes. 3 months. Perfect. That should coincide roughly with when we crush Iconia. And we'll just have another idle shipyard. Let's load up a few things in the queue here, because it's getting a little bit annoying. 1, 2, 3. That'll keep them out of our hair. So we got some extra supply ships floating around. That's amazing. Who needs help, though? Earth definitely needs help with the technological capital. And I would say Kratos, too, could use help. So let's pump this guy into Earth. That dropped that from an 11 to an 8. And yeah, we'll just... I usually, at this point, if I'm not working on a galactic achievement, my strategy is to use my supply ships to help whatever world has the highest overall time to finish what it's producing. So that they all kind of like are developing at roughly a commensurate rate. Is that the right word? At the same rate? I think that's what I'm trying to say. Let's advance our turn. I see our constructor still flying, and this is a situation report. Incoming message from the Festron Hunt. God, these creatures are monsters. They are... I don't know if I can read this. May our eggs find your many orifices. Do not lay eggs in us, please. Oh, wow. Oh, that's... The Festron lay their eggs in xenos and biologicals, and they hatch and consume. They are like the xenomorphs from the Alien movies. And you die when they hatch out of you. But for the Festron, they don't think they're evil. They're just like, yay. I hope you'll be suitable for us to reproduce it. To your extreme detriment. Okay, energy dissipation strategies. The energy our shields absorb doesn't disappear. That's impossible, at least in this universe. It has to be vented somehow. We need to research new technologies to do it without getting harmed in the process. Sure, shield strength plus 10. I believe that just goes on to all of our ships all at once. And improved missile targeting. Yeah, we're still at war. Let's see what that does. We'll have that quickly. So this is good. I mean, I always neglect military stuff, but we're getting a lot of technologies very quickly here. And it's only going to help our war cause. And what do we got going in here? I could get a colony ship. I would like that. Yeah, there's no colonies to colonize. No problem. We'll let it sit for now. We'll build up our little piggy bank of control points. And Kratos has some sweet ass ships done. I don't even know what we need. Let's have them work on production modules. We'll click a couple of those into the queue. They'll be at that for a long while. You can never have too many modules. Because if you ever say put out a communication shipyard, or sorry, a space station, you might have to drop 8 or 10 modules on it right away to build up all of its influence broadcasting capabilities. That's just for one critical shipyard. Or you are being attacked and a war starts against you, and you want to go drop a defensive or offensive module on the 10 shipyard space stations you have. You're going to go to each one and be like, here's your attack module, here's your attack module, here's your attack module. It'll be like bump, 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 bump. You'll need them all at once, and it's going to again chew up a good 10 or 20 of your modules just like that. So it's not bad to bank a lot of modules and to deploy them at some point as well. Here's an additional asteroid miner. Again, we will just kind of push them out here so they'll be close in proximity to when we need it. We can't, unfortunately, grab this asteroid bank yet because our sphere of influence is not overlapping that yet. It's not in our zone of control, but it will be quickly. And we have an additional supply ship, which we want to dump into Kratos 2 to help them with their housing district. I do want to take a look at all of our core colonies and see where they're at on production. We want to get our starports and our supply depots and all that. We're working on that switch over for maximizing production. But let's finish the war here while we're on the subject. Let's throw a couple supply ships into the queue. And we have yet another. Let's see, who needs help over here? Alula? And they're nearly done with manufacturing. We will send this guy on perhaps to Earth. Yeah, Tech Capital still has a ways to go. There we go. And a trade offer's coming in from the Taurians. It doesn't look good. I don't like this. Over here, they're offering 70 credits and Xeno Hospitality, which is 2 research. Over here, they want one of our modules, which isn't that big of a deal, but Xeno Entertainment sitting at 5 and Armor Defense at 4. That's horrible. We're going to reject that. It's not even close. And again, these damn Taurians are encroaching upon us with their influence. Let's advance the turn. We have an idle ship. Oh yeah, let's put them on sentry duty. Your singularity have been destroyed. So, did we get both worlds at the same time? Did they coincide? Did Diesel fall at the same moment? Understood. Invasion of Diesel has 2 months left. It's not done. Okay. Done. They became pirate. I learned something. There you go. I didn't know that would happen. So essentially, Iconia fell. That was their last core world, so they are no more. And the remaining Yor becomes functionally a pirate capital. Interesting. I see the colony produces nothing, all zeros across the board. I hope that reverts back. That is horrible. Yeah, or maybe that's meaning we don't get anything from it because it's not in our control yet. I don't know. We'll find out. So let's let them finish their fight, and when that is done, we will consider us off of our war footing. So that being said, how fast will this zone of control collapse? The purple zone of control for the Yor. It matters because we have an AMAT, we have Durantium, which is critical. We are starved of Durantium. I think there's 3 of them here. Geez, we need to get constructors built immediately. So let's actually jump into our shipyard production right now. Kratos is the nearest, and let's slam in a constructor. I mean, we don't need to go too crazy, but I would take a couple. And another constructor here. And I could even see having a constructor or 2 potentially to make communication star bases to push back against the Taurian influence. So let's grab the final Kratos shipyard and slam them into a constructor as well. Perfect. And what were we doing with our supply ships? Yeah, let's help Kratos. Ooh, let's help Kratos 1. Yeah, they have a starport they're trying to wrap up. There we go. And Alula Borealis has emptied the queue out. We have to jump into Alula 3. So their manufacturing's still pitiable. I don't know a better way to say it. What do we've got? We've got our core world capital. We have the Kimberly's Refuge. It's in a good spot for the Kimberly's Refuge. It doesn't work so well for what we're doing. But yeah, here we go. This is our manufacturing improvement. We want to put our supply depot right there. Yeah. And the industrial center. Yeah. Let's drag the supply depot and dump it in right there. And I think we need to destroy this improvement, and we will put our industrial center in right there. And when those are completed, they're going to feed one another, and they'll benefit from that little +1 off the core capital to the planetary generator and the industrial center. Oh, shit. Do we got one more? The starport. Oh. Oh, wait. My bad. Industrial center is a civilization improvement. We only get one of them. This is not the world for that. I don't think so. So I'm actually going to pop that out of the queue and put our starport there. Yes? Yes. That'll work nicely. Okay, we'll hit done. So they'll be working on that for a little bit yet. And our constructor's still on the way towards that Illyrium. And I guess I'm super curious as to how rapidly this stuff's going to flip at this point. For now, let's just get our fleet stored in Iconia. Let's get our asteroid miners moving. Oh, and these asteroid fields did cease to work. Check this out. We want to go for the more valuable asteroid fields first, which will be these ones here, I guess. Don't worry about that. And so we need 2 more asteroid miners because these fields did collapse, which is okay. So we will let the constructors get done. We'll get them out there, then we'll get more asteroid miners built. Let's advance the turn. And I want to see these zones of control expand quickly, hopefully. Idle ship. Fantastic. A supply ship. Can we promote Iconia to a core world? We should do that right now. We have enough money to hire a leader, and we actually have a leader available. Okay. Geez, Jennifer Jan is actually quite a good leader. +12 social, 9 research, 6 diligence. Yeah. You are now in charge of Iconia. Cool. Any other good leaders to recruit right now? Let's just take a quick look. Anytime I see the book here, I always want to make sure that's not a instant research option. That's one of the better ones. When you hire a leader with that instant research, it'll complete whatever research you're on. So in that case, I'll deliberately go in. I'll choose the most expensive research I possibly could research. I'll select it, then I'll hire the leader. But this person doesn't have that. What do we got? Authoritarian, no sense of smell. Peacemaker, minus to crime, trained chef, vendetta, and arrogant. Fantastic. Are any of these folks really good? I'll tell you what, that 16 intelligence. Did we already look at this guy who's so expensive? We're sitting at a 15. Yeah, I think we decided that we weren't going to bite the bullet to get that 16 when a 15 is pretty good. Obviously, art is amazing, and these two ladies are both rocking 12 and a 13 on their social. So I think we're fine right where we're at. Let's leave our leaders. But yeah, we can jump into Iconia right now. Wow, what a great world. So this is an interesting thing. This is our first capital core world we have taken over. So look at some of these buildings. We get a capital city. Yeah, +1 culture per month, the +100 influence, the +10 gross income. Right? Do we get all that? That's really good. An extra control per month. Capital cities are one of the most valuable things you could possibly capture in the game. Yes, we are really lucky to have this. What else did they build here? A Durantium deposit. That's cool. I definitely need that. Precursor relic scanner. Interesting. Reveal any precursor relics on this world and in nearby systems. That's a civilization improvement that they build. We don't have access to that. What else do we have? More Durantium deposits? Seriously? More Durantium deposits? That's crazy. That's a huge amount of Durantium coming off this planet. I mean, cumulatively. We got some good military spot. We have a good influence spot. We have good wealth. We have more influence here, but we have a coordination beacon sitting on top of that, which gives us another +1 on top of the capital city. So that allows us to have 2 coordination beacons. Didn't we already build one? Or am I thinking a different civilization? So I guess what I'm seeing is that civilization achievements you can only build once in your system unless someone else has built one. So do we have a coordination beacon? Let's find out. We would have put it on Earth. I think we would have put it on Earth. Not seeing it. Maybe we didn't have that technology yet. Anybody remember? Let's just scan through real quick. Looking for a coordination beacon. I am not seeing it. Interesting. Okay, well, let's not overthink it. We have it. Cool. They also have the Durantium scanner. Oh, that's interesting. It sends out a massive pulse to detect rare metals. On completion, reveal Durantium on planet and in system. That's how they got all the Durantium in the system. That's cool. Plus a lot of sensor range. Tech pod hatchery. That's developed. That's awesome. It's giving us +2 manufacturing, and it's giving us tech-a-pod hive. That's amazing. Here's the supply depot. It's not in the best spot, but maybe we could develop these tiles around it. And get our planetary generator over there. Yeah, we could do that, as well as a starport potentially. We might be able to move these buildings around, because I'm seeing here we've got some pretty good stuff. Precursor relic, that's just +3 to influence growth. I love it. And a precursor relic, which gives us extra approval. Geez, those almost look like are those your technologies? I'm not sure where those buildings come from. I've never played the Yor. And we had one more down here. Another precursor relic, which is +2. Yeah, this is a developed world. A boatload of research. It's essentially another capital world for all functions, for all intents and purposes. So I would say first things first, we want the shipyard. I think that's pretty obvious. Pollution is not a problem here. Let's not worry about that. Planetary generator, industrial center. I would almost say this world would be a great world to build up manufacturing on, but they've already put a considerable amount into research hexes. I'm not sure what to do about that exactly. Approval's very high here. Your citizens are super happy to have us conquer them. Cool. So I want to check real quick what our other manufacturing leaders look like. Give me a sec. 25 on Earth, 15, 11, 11. Interesting. Yeah, you know what? Let's redesign. Let's take some time with Iconia to switch this to our manufacturing base, because we haven't done it with Earth. I would say we are going heavier into Earth as our research center. We have these 4 research buildings plus a lot of space to develop around them. So let's have Earth be researched. They're sitting into 41 anyway, so Earth is ahead on the research. We will repurpose this. Yeah, I think that's what we do, folks. Now I'm noticing, although we have a +3 on military, we don't have a +3 manufacturing. We have the Techopod hide, which is just a straight, but it yields a +2 manufacturing to the areas around it. Awesome. Sensor range Durantium scanner. I don't really like that there, but it's stuck there. So let's start with a starport. I need Durantium for a starport. We're going to have Durantium soon. So I'm not going to jump the gun. Let's have them build the star shipyard. Let's have them improve manufacturing tiles. Just trying to buy a little time. We're going to get that Durantium in hand, and then we're going to start rearranging our manufacturing buildings. We're going to hold on to as many buildings as we can make survive this transformation. But yeah, we're going to probably move the supply depot down into probably to here, or put the planetary generator there. Ooh, yeah, let's just do that right now. Let's do that right now. Yeah, I don't need the little influence thing there. Planetary generator will live here. Industrial center will live. I'm trying to think of the best way. Military and manufacturing. Can't hit everything. This gives a good adjacency. Crap. See, if I scrap this Durantium scanner, I don't think we get another one. I don't think we get the ability to build it. I don't think the technology goes. I can't destroy it. So really, we want to work off the Techopod hide. So I would say it has a +2 to manufacturing. I almost wonder if this would sit better right here. Then the supply depot could sit. No. God, it gives such a good bonus to military. I do want it here, because I'm going to want the starport on this. Yeah. Starport will live. Starport is a military building. It's going to live there. Then probably the industrial center will live here. And then maybe the supply depot will live here. And then we'll find some other sweet-ass manufacturing building to live in there. Okay. Yeah, we'll figure it out. That's some shit for them to do for right now. Wait, or do we put the starport? No, because it wouldn't benefit from that. I'm overthinking. I'm so sorry. Let's continue. Ship idle. This is yet another supply ship. Okay, given all of our worlds, who needs the most help right now? I would say Kratos 2 is lagging, so we will send that on to Kratos 2. I'm actually really surprised. Sorry, my brain is kind of trying to wrap around getting a new capital world. I've gotten capital worlds in other games, but that one really is very developed with some very unusual buildings, and I'm just trying to think of ways to fit that together. But there's a lot we can do with it. Here's our improved missile targeting. The harpoon. Interesting. It does cost an antimatter. We get basic to missile attack and basic percentage to missile attack. I think since we're off of our war footing, we can move away from that at this point. I don't know. Here's what I would like to focus on next. Pushing back against the influence coming off of the Taurians. Would any of these help with this? Yeah. There's the Omega Starbase defense. What else? Anything else? They got some interesting stuff in here. I'm just looking at the different options. Interstellar defense. Well, right there, though, it does have one option that would allow us to build up influence coming off that starbase. So that's probably not a bad option. Is there anything else that would just give us a big bump to our influence? Not really. Culture. Culture upgrade wouldn't be bad. Culture exchange. That's the one we want. That would go on a starbase and give us a +10 and a +10%. Let's do that. Let's bite the bullet, and we will go into diplomacy for 2 turns. I think that'll help greatly. And here we go. We did flip everything. Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. Let's get these asteroid miners where they need to go. Boom. And that is 4 pockets of asteroid. We're going to jump over here. So what we have learned is that when you defeat an enemy, all their star bases and all their space improvements disappear. It is what it is. Now, these Durantium deposits should be safe because they're in our zone of control. The Taurians can't build anything in our zone of control. So I'm thinking we're going to need probably 1 star base right here to get these 3 Durantium, and then probably another one for that AMAT. We do want it. We're going to gobble it all up. And we actually need another starbase down here. I forgot the Yor had grabbed the Silver Graham Sandy Matter. So I'd say we're at 3 total constructor ships we need. Obviously, this little crazy guy is going ham over here. I want to get him as close as I can because I want to see if that's already been developed. Doesn't look like it, so we will grab that. And then over here on our shipyards, we have 1, 2, 3 constructors being constructed. We'll let that ride. I think that's pretty good. Let's and now that we're off our war footing, let's pressure scientists. Boom. Leaves us at about 27 control, and let's jump back in and relieve ourselves. Let's get our economic development maybe slotted in. What else do we have? Not so concerned about movement right now. Free media would be additional diplomacy. Part of the empire. I do like this. It's only for our homeworld, but it will help with influence, which I am a little bit concerned about. I'll put that under starship specifications. I might hold on to shipyard stimulus for the time being, just because we are trying to get a rush build on those constructors. So that'll give us like an extra turn. So prototype defense can come out. What looks good for that, folks? And not worry about that. Population boom. That'd be a nice approval bonus. Genius Grant and Research Grant are both really important research things. Let's let that sit. I want Population Boom again. Let's throw that in on top of Prototype Defenses. Once we're done with getting these 3 constructors built, we will pull out Shipyard Stimulus and we'll slot in one of our 2 research-related options. Cool? Let's hit done. And I think we're sitting in a pretty good spot. Durantium is starting to build up, and I'm not going to buy Durantium outright, though. I think it's overvalued a little bit too much, so we'll advance the turn. I can see they're defending Iconia. That's good, although they have very good approval already, which is nice. And Diesel should fall any moment now. Here's our diplomacy. So, listen, we got a culture upgrade. That's a +1 to all of our culture districts. I like that. Embargo third party. I don't honestly know what that does. It won't let me mouse into it. We'll just have to find out what that does. It's obviously a diplomacy thing. Goodwill tour is a new control option. Very nice. Cultural exchange. That's what we want to put on our communication star bases. Cultural treaty and diplomacy +1. Just general. I love it. Any other good choices here for cultural influence? Yes. Gosh, I almost think we should push hard into this. Although I do see the Tower of Endless Night and the Temple of Whispers. Those are probably galactic achievements. That would give us control, which is big, plus some manufacturing, and the Temple of Whispers. Gives us diplomacy. Plus a lot of influence. Shit, those are both good. Influence adjacency bonuses. So we'd put that by the Beacon of Babylon, right? I like them both, you guys. I really do. And is there a building here? Precursor souvenir shop? Not a galactic achievement. Improves tourism. That's not that critical right now. It gives us the cultural forum, which we can put on our communication star bases. I almost feel like this is a faster way to get towards culture than the espionage route in building this galactic. I want them both. I do want them both. I want this first though because I want that Minister of Culture position. Let's grab cultural influence first, then we'll go for espionage. So we're going to drive hard towards influence right now. In particular, as a way to react to what the Taurians are doing here. I have an idle shipyard at the ICO system. Let's get them working on... Oh my gosh, they're so beefed up. So I'd like a constructor from them, and then we'll do a supply ship. Because again, I do want to make communication supply... communication star bases. Where are we sitting here, folks? Let's get this guy in. Let's grab this. Let's grab it right here. Yeah, there we go. I'm positioning it sort of in the middle here so I can put a little bit of resistance onto their influence bubble. We will build this up. Mining station. Boom. It's ours. I'm not going to improve any of that. So let's do a quick tour of our star bases just to see if there's anything we are drastically missing out on. I see a relic here. Would the precursor studies help us with a relic? It would. Yeah. Let's, push this from 10% to 20% honor influence from all of our colonies and star bases. That'll help us win the influence war. I'm glad I looked at that. Where is this even at? Is this a culture star base? It is. How do I see where she's located? Is there a way to jump right to her? Deep Space Starbase 4. Hold on. Let's take a look. Where is she at? Holman Starbase 1. Deep Space Starbase 1. She's mining. She's mining. She's mining. What the hell is this thing? Deep Space Starbase. She is a miner. What am I missing here, guys? Mining. 5. Deep Space 5. Deep Space 7. How do I zoom to this? Where is 4? Oh. Interesting. Oh, she's a ways off, isn't she? Okay. So look, we do have a cultural base here. And we have a cultural base here. Are there any other cultural bases? No. So we put them around our... Oh, yeah. No, that's just a mining base. Interesting. She is benefiting from that relic right there. Actually, I would like to throw this one on here as well. Precursor Study Center. Push that gross income up to 20%. Let's just cycle through real quick. I want anything that I can... Oh, yeah. Control. Oh, that's interesting. Is that different? I thought that should have been a little relic boost. Xenoarchaeology. Ancient Studies is a relic plus 0.5. Interesting. Okay, well, how about the Precursor Studies Center? There we go. That got us to a 0.2 on control. Anything else? Yes. More gross income. Fantastic. Alien Studies Center, 10%. Precursor Studies Center, 20%. This is fantastic. Let's keep going. So I hadn't really messed with a lot of developing our star bases up to this point. Just scrolling through. I think that is all of those. Now, I have 5 modules left, and I know that Durantium is in short supply. Do I have any Durantium-focused bases? I don't think I do. One. I'll tell you what. I think we'd be better off waiting to get a Durantium starbase in here that gets all three of these, and then we'll build it up with tech pod hides, mining drones, everything, and get that Durantium production beefed up really, really, really quick. So we'll hold off on that right now. We have a little bit of coin. Let's jump into our market. We have plenty of Illyrium. Let's sell off a bit. Let's sell down to 10 so we could build a couple of ships if we need to. Durantium we're holding on. Let's sell antimatter to 10 as well. That just leaves us some wiggle room with our weapons upgrades on our ships. Improvements and building new ships. Got a boatload of Promethean. Now, we're human, so we don't need Promethean to grow. So we can start selling this off, and it actually sells at a pretty good rate. I'm trying to think of how much I need. Let's drop it down to 10 as well. I don't know that we need it for anything else. Thulium, we'll sell one of them. So we're going to sit at 10 at these other strategic resources. Hold on to our Helios. Hold on to our Aurorus Arboretum. Hold on to Hypersilicate. We have no Hypersilicate. I'm going to buy 3 of them. I always try and buy 3 of any resource that's available that I don't have 3 of when I can afford it. Now, that leaves us with a pretty nice 1,200 with a very good income rate. Here's what I'd like to do now that we have a bit of surplus to our money. Let's go to our colonies, both core worlds and colonies, and see if they have orbital improvements. Most orbital improvements take 2 things, credits and Durantium. We're not really there on the Durantium yet. Shit. I want to see Iconia. What do they have there? Orbital Research Lab and a space elevator, which is actually a pretty nice +1 to minerals, +1 to technology. Smart choices. Let's click in here, though. Just looking for specialized stuff. I honestly, let's see here. I just want to look over these real quick. None of this is that good. I think we should swap a planetary beacon in here because Iconia is pressing against 2 sections of Taurian space. Here and here. And it's actually quite close to the border. So let's do that. Let's rip out the Orbital Research Center because we've decided Iconia is not going to be our research center. So let's destroy it. Destroy. We'll select it. And we are going to put in, planetary beacon. Let's beef up that production. That used up the 1 Durantium we had. So again, as we get our Durantium rocking, we will get Durantium in large order. Otherwise, what do we want to do with this little fleet for right now? A good size fleet. Let's send them to an unhappy planet? Sure. Sort by approval. So the least approving, I assume this goes from most to least. God, Iconia is so happy. Oh, is it because the Yor aren't affected by happiness approval? They don't have approval? That may be something that is true with Yor. So let's scroll down here to Kratos 4. Kratos 4, very unhappy. So yeah, let's send this fleet down to Kratos 4. Try and give those people a little bit of protection. Might boost their approval by 5%. While we're talking about your colonists, though, I just want to check. Yeah. They're yours, so they have a +50 approval. Synthetic life trait +10%. So they have a very high general approval. What they don't seem to like is that there are other species here. I don't know how that human scientist got there. Did we send a colony there? Why the hell is there a human there? Okay. And taxes are too high. That's fine. They can sit there like that. I don't need anything else from them. We are starving. Oh, shit. Okay, that's bad. Interesting. My food is all decreased. Why do the Yor eat food? Humans consume 1 food. Yor consume no food. That makes sense. I need to do more farming. Okay. We're not going to do that here. I'm just looking real quick. Virtual world is available. We don't. Oh, and we do. We have the Epimetheus pollen and the hypersilicates we just purchased. Oh my gosh, we can get this done. Not necessarily in this world, but somewhere. We're gonna want to get that done fast. Very good. Any other galactic achievements? Razor's Rift. Razor's Lift would go here. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Ooh. It should go right here where the planetary generator is. The lift should be here with everything around it. Right? Let's pull out the generator. We need Durantium. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna bite the bullet, and Durantium's cheap. Screw it. Let's just let's just get Durantium here, folks. Okay. Couple things we're focusing on. Let's jump into Iconia. We are going to plot down Razor's Rift right now. Right there. Starport will go here for military. The industrial center and the supply depot will get relocated around here. Industrial center then will go here? Yeah. We will develop these two. And then we will relocate the planetary generator to one and the supply depot to the other. That'll be some pretty significant. It's going to take a little bit of time, but here, and actually, let's pluck this guy out. This guy's going to go to the end of that queue. We will use supply depots, supply ships to try and accelerate that. The other thing we wanted to do, we got a couple things we need to do. We're going to jump around. Who is our best food producer? Who's growing foods here? Don't we have the Kimberly's Refuge right here? Good bonus to population. Doesn't really help with food growth. Can you even? You can't do food here. Yeah, that's kind of crappy area for food. Okay, they're not our food planet. Who is our food planet? This looks promising. Kratos 1 looks very green. I actually see a +2 to food right there. A little bit of extra food stuff. Sure. We don't really have a focus for them anyway, do we? I don't think we do. Any other worlds that would be extra suitable? No, again, because we used up Earth's food thing here for the research center. Fertile Valley's not bad. Tourism. Yeah, I'd rather this be like our tourism node around here, so I don't want to use that for food production, if that makes sense. These guys have no leaning towards food. Influence probably here around the Beacon of Babylon. Speaking of which, do we have an influence? That's not influence, that's approval. Approval everywhere. It's worth doing, but okay. Let's keep going. We're again trying to focus in on our food. They have food here on the Oasis, but not a lot of good food in some of the other areas. What was I working on here? Maybe population center? That's fascinating. God, if I could do food, I would put it right there to help with that population stuff, but we're not going to mess with that. So yeah, I think they're going to be our food people. So we're going to just dump in agriculture right there. It'll produce 1 food plus 10% food. And we'll let them. Yeah, shit. Is the minus to food affecting our growth? Well, they're maxed out. They're robots. I'm trying to see if starvation is affecting our food, our growth. It doesn't look like it. It's just there isn't enough food for your civilization to sustain the organic population. Oh God. Okay, so we need to get the food done now. So that being said, we're gonna slot that over. Can I just purchase this outright? Yes. Do I do that? Yeah, shit. We're gonna bite the bullet. That got us to a -1, and then we are going to get additional agriculture built there. And here for now. And then we'll probably develop this tile to get a little more agriculture. So we'll obviously be able to build manufacturing kind of like up around this way. And we're going to probably just take food out this way. But we'll get there pretty shortly with our food needs, I hope. And we can improve agriculture there as well. So they're now our agro world. Awesome. What else do we need to do? We have to find a place for this virtual world. We're about an hour into this here. Any other galactic achievements to work on? Not really. But yeah, so virtual world, we have the material to build it. I guess we could put it on a planet that's not very happy. Because for the most part, approval is on a single planet, although the virtual approval network will help everywhere. Kratos 4, yeah, they're super unhappy. Listen, we're going to do influence here. We already know that. We don't really have anything here. Oh, snuggler colony much? Almost done? Yes. Oh, I like that. And a +1 approval? Yes, I like that. There we go. Virtual world will live right there. It's a good spot for it. That leaves us plenty of room still to do influence modifications around the Beacon of Babylon, so we can build around that. But yeah, this works pretty well with the snuggler, the approval there, and of course the adjacency to our core capital. That'll be a good use of approval across our galaxy. I like it. That gives them something to keep them busy for a long while. And I don't think there's anything else we need to mess with at the moment as far as buildings go. I think everything else can just kind of sit. We do need to work on the production thing here, but I want to get this galactic achievement done ahead of the production triad. I've already stated that's just something I like to do. Okay, we're backing out of there. We're sending our fleet onward. And we've got a bit of Durantium. So we could jump back in real quick and look over our... looking for any specialty improvements. Not seeing it there. Let's jump to Earth. And nothing too special. Alula. And they've already got that. Kratos 2. Any sort of specials, I mean strategic resources when I say special, will be up at the top, FYI. Kratos 1. Nada. Kratos 4. They have a Promethean refinery already. It's cool. And then let's look at our colonies. Diesel. Nada. Alula Borealis 2 has the Thulium moon and precursor nanites. Oh. I'm not going to destroy the Thulium moon, but what I'd like to see is if we could find a way to get another orbital slot somehow. Maybe through a culture pick. We might be able to get that, and then we could put the precursor nanites in. Fine. Artemis, nothing. Mir, nothing. Mars, nothing. Kratos 5, nothing. Kratos 3, nothing. Okay. Well, we're out of money anyway, so trade offer coming through from the Torians. We have trade network sitting at a +1, Xeno hospitality to +2. That's what they're offering us. It's questionable. They want 1 module, which we could cough up. They want 70 credits. It's not that much. And they get energy dissipation strategies. Shit. Hell no, man. Wait, these guys, they're asking so much of us. I'm going to reject it. It's not a good offer for us at all. And we will advance the turn. I'm so excited with us conquering Iconia. I think it's really going to help with our game. And again, we want to crush the Torians out of here, take over the whole sector. That's really what we're shooting for. We got that base built there. Where are we sitting with our constructors? They'll all be coming in online here very shortly. So we will let them continue with that. Oh, and I see we do have a supply ship. Who needs the help? Well, Kratos 5 is going to need help, but let's go for Razor's Lift right now and try and jam that sucker and get it done as quick as we can. And the turn is going. I see a constructor coming in, but they shouldn't be able to build in our zone of control. Although they might try and grab that AMAT right from the edge there. Possibly. Not like that, but they might do it. Listen, we have a lot of harvesting we're doing in their space here, right? This thulium, we're grabbing all this stuff right out from under them. There's nothing they can do about it. I love it. Core World Idol. Kratos 2. Alright, so Kratos 2 is an interesting one. We don't really know what we're doing with this. I see very clearly that we've got our triad built up. That's cool. Ooh, Durantium processor. That's a civilization approved achievement. I'm not going to cough that up on this world. We'll probably put that on Iconia. Their approval could use a little help, so potentially a Hollow Theater. Clinic for growth rate. Population not changing. We got to ease out the population. Maybe they could help us with food. We do need more food, so there you go. Something to do. Simple. And then we'll have them pop in a little extra housing on the backside, and we'll get this population growing with a colonial center. Sure. +2 to pop. I like that. If this is going to be a population world, let's drop it right here, and we can build housing all around this with food around those. We'll make like a shell, essentially housing surrounded by food production. So this world can be not only a very large population center, but also go pretty heavy into, well, I don't know how much food we can get, but where we can, we will do it. All right, that'll give us something to work on for a while. That'll get them out of our hair. Let's advance the turn. I see our fleet pulling out of there. I see supply ships on the move. Hopefully, this guy won't get destroyed. That's what they're going for. They're going to grab that AMAT out from under us. Oh, that sucks. Those bastards. Idle shipyard. What do we want? Do we need more asteroid miners? I think we do. This is the forge on Earth. No, I want supply ships first. I do want asteroid miners, but we actually have a lot of need for supply ships while we are trying to get these couple of galactic achievements done. That being said, I see the virtual world just popped up on Kratos 4. Let's start pumping these guys in there. And here's constructor. It is going to, I guess, race this way. We're either going to get the Durantium built, or we're going to go for that AMAT. And then remember, we do need a constructor for down here in the Celestial South as well. I have another idle shipyard. I'm going to slam out an additional supply ship, probably followed by some production modules since we've been eating through those very quickly. Here's an event. Alula Borealis 3 Planet Report. Fundraiser. Your fame on Alula Borealis 3 has caused the governor, Jenna Sith, to hold a massive fundraiser in your honor. The event was a success and greatly contributed to our public coffers. We made 300 treasury. Awesome, Jenna. I want to take a quick look here at our executive orders. Diplomacy, goodwill tour, print money, telescope takeover. I'm going to sit on all those right now. Let's bank up some more control for the time being. I see another supply ship completed. We will send this off to Kratos 4. It's going to take them a long while to get that developed. And I see another constructor ship just finished. Let's have them race this way as well. We're going to see if we can get these two developed. If we can't, I will send a ship back here, or we'll use one of our third constructors to get these two. Trade offer. The Torians will give us, hospitality. No, that's even worse offer than before. We're going to reject that outright. Goodbye. Next turn. Watching the clock here. Oh, they are running. I love it. So here we go. Cultural influence. The constructor ship from the Torians didn't grab that AMAT. So we will get the AMAT. We will get the Durantium. We're going to get it all. Here we go. Cultural influence, though. We got the precursor. This is a civilization improvement. We would essentially want to drop this onto a tourism planet. We'll have to decide. I guess Earth is our tourism planet, right? Okay, cool. We'll build that there. We will need the Arnor spices. We don't have that yet. And we'll need more precursor nanites. We've only got 2. So we'll see about getting those secured. Cultural upgrade. That's fantastic. Cultural forum. That is very good. Minister of Culture. We actually should hire for that immediately. Cultural values. Policy, that's good. Ban dissent, it makes people happy. Interesting. And it adds to crime. And it adds to maintenance. I don't think we use ban dissent. This is just a general bonus to influence growth of +2. That's very small, but we do get 5 cultural points out of that, so I'm psyched. That's really good. And we stated, though, we wanted to specifically go after espionage next for those 2 galactic achievements. Then we'll bump back into cultural outreach. So we'll hit espionage. That gives us some stuff to do. Culture points are growing quickly. We're a couple turns away here from that 56 that we need. So that being said, policy change. Our ships are nearly done. Let's get rid of shipyard stimulus. We've kind of gotten out the constructors that we wanted. Do we do cultural? I think we should. It's a -1 to diplomacy. But we've kind of been gaining. I think we gained like a +1 to diplomacy here or there from our cultural stuff. Yeah, I want this. I want this slotted in. I want to go after influence growth. We'll hit done. What else can we do? Invite leaders. Oh, we should do that. We're going to invite leaders because we need to hire a cultural minister. I want the best possible bevy. That leaves us at 31 control. That's pretty good. We have a good amount of coin. Who is going to be our new minister of culture, which increases influence based on the minister's social? Very good. Who is the most social among you? Oh, it's interesting. We're starting to get some your guys here. Very nice. They're not too amazing. They're good. They're good. I mean, I would definitely take some of these guys, but this is our cultural person. Oh, this guy likes loyalty and approval. Cool. They're cheap. Wow, they're dirt cheap. That guy's really cheap to hire. He might make a good governor potentially. But yeah, I want this one here. Increases authoritarian ideology. Okay. Lost your sense of smell, and is an interesting diplomat. Cool. Yeah, we're gonna hire them. Sam High. We're gonna slot them into our ministerial position there. +24 culture. I'll take it. Actually, I want to switch these two. Get her into there, getting us to a 26. More so than just one approval. I'd rather take an extra 2% there. Still not quite concerned about promoting Alula yet. I think we're about ready to promote Alula Borealis 2 to a core world, but I know I've been trying to help dump all those resources into Alula Borealis 3 because her production is so shitty. What are her inputs? Her inputs are nothing. What are we going to do with Alula? I don't honestly know. It's kind of it's almost like a barren wasteland. It's almost like the other Alula might be a better world. Her manufacturing will drop a lot. We could definitely get some manufacturing districts. I feel like of all of our worlds, this is probably one of the least impressive to look at. She is a 23 amazing. Alula Borealis is a 21 amazing with those precursor nanites and thulium moon. Yeah. I want to promote Alula Borealis. I think now's the time. I mean, we've helped Alula Borealis 3 for a while. They're not building anything so important there. They just aren't. So what's the rush? I think we can kind of let it sit in the suburbs. Let's go to the Galactic Bazaar and let's sell off a bit of our surplus. There we go. And I've sold this down to 3 on everything. Shit, do we need the viriles, or do we just dump those into one of our buildings? We definitely need precursor nanites. We need everything. Crap. Well, let's get our leader first. Who is the best leader among all these wonderful people? This fellow looks quite impressive with the 9, 11, 12. So they will hurt research, but they get loyalty and extra approval, and they're cheap. Yeah, I'm just gonna take that. I don't care about taking a hit on a kind of a non-research planet. Yeah, they're a great governor actually. So they get promoted into Alula Borealis 2. Commanders. We don't have any new ships yet. We don't need ship commanders. And for our diplomatic situation, we're moving negative for the Altarian and the Navigators, but they're in a different sector. Let them worry about each other. We are worried about, and they're dealing with the Festron, who are happy with us, and the Taurians are happy with us. Ultimately, we're going to try and crack the Taurians and flip them to us, conquering the whole sector. Let these guys worry about their sector for now. So I think we're in a great spot. However, we do want to jump into Alula Borealis 2 very quickly. We'll be wrapping up this episode here in short order, folks. Yeah, this is a pretty cool world. Listen, there are the precursor nanites that we are going to want. Yeah. We have the thulium moon, which is doing its thuliumness. And it actually, this would be a decent place to build ships out of. So I see manufacturing. I see military adjacent to each other. So I already know that I would want my starport to go here. I can't build it because I don't have a shipyard. I want my planetary generator to go here. So we'll probably do this triad here. Yeah. What will this yield us? When we get the precursor, it gives us manufacturing adjacency bonuses. Oh, no. That's what we'll do. Supply depot will go here. Manufacturing bonus on that. There's a supply depot. Approval crime. No. Yeah. We'll do that. She will live there. Obviously, the starport will live here. We will need a shipyard. We will develop precursor nanites. Kind of queuing some stuff up in a somewhat logical order. And of course, we have to plunk down our core world capital. It's +1 to all. I don't really want to pigeonhole it up there. We have plenty of headroom for our pop cap. So I'm not so worried about the pop cap bonus. But I want to be able to surround this and really get a lot out of it. So here? Yeah. It'll bonus these two, and then we can get it surrounded to get bonuses to these other areas. I think that looks like a pretty decent way to start. And yeah, we'll get a lot of production out of this. I mean, it makes sense since we're going to have the nanites here. Gives us a nice manufacturing bonus. And the thulium moon means extra hit points for ships. So yeah, I'd say this could become a real shipyard world. They're pretty happy to start with. They don't have a lot of pollution or crime. I think that's good to go. And I think that's probably a decent place to end the session. When we come back, we will slot these constructors in, grabbing our resources here around the Iconia system, the AMAT, these, and we will shortly have another constructor at Kratos 3, and that one will come down here grabbing this final Illyrium and AMAT. We'll get our galactic achievements completed, which at this time are the Virtual World and the Razor's Rift. And with the technology from Espionage coming up shortly, I believe that's 2 more galactic achievements. We'll get the resources we need to get those built. So we're going to be kind of on a galactic achievement rush. That's it. If you watched, thank you so much, folks. I hope you had a little bit of fun with that. And that's awesome that we won our first war. Now we need to conquer the Taurians. Hopefully peacefully via influence, culture flipping. Take care.